Rachel and I are here at Balboa Park, right next to the Timken Museum of Art and the Museum of Modern Art in San Diego. Today we want to talk about the idea of relationships and how relationships are everything. Let's talk about relationships. What constitutes a good relationship? What are the variables required for a healthy relationship? When we're talking about relationships, we can be talking about any kind of relationship, whether it's a personal relationship, a familial relationship, a friendship, business relationship, whatever it might happen to be, employer-employee, any kind of relationship whatsoever. They're all effectively the same thing. Everything is a relationship. The first necessary component is vision, or the goal. What is the goal? What is the vision? What is the objective? That thing on the horizon for which you're working, for which you and everyone involved, everyone in the relationship is working toward, achieving. Whether you're talking about building a family, whether you're talking about a hobby that you partake in with other people with similar interests, whether it's a company that has a strategic goal in mind, whatever it might happen to be, the goal is essentially something that everyone is working toward. Okay, so that's the first thing, right? Everybody has to have a shared vision, everybody has to have a shared goal, everybody needs to know what it is that we're all working together to achieve. That's the goal, that's the first most important thing. What are you looking at? Something has her attention. Rachel's looking toward her goal. Yes, are you looking toward your goal? Do you have a goal to get that thing? Okay, the second most important thing in a healthy relationship is defining roles. What is it that needs to be done in order to achieve the goal? Don't ever work with children or animals when you're working on a film. Just sit up, you don't have anything to do with, just sit there and look pretty. Okay. Everybody needs to know their role. Everybody needs to know what their responsibilities are for their role, the work that they need to do, the objectives that they need to meet. So with clearly defined roles, everybody understands their responsibility. Everybody understands how the work that they do fits into the overall objective at achieving the goal together. The third most important ingredient of a healthy relationship, any relationship, is just as important as the other two, and that is recognition and appreciation for each person with regard to their role. So in other words, what I mean is each person should be recognized for the efforts that they put in. So to recap, the three things that are most important to achieve a healthy and successful relationship is a clear, defined goal that everyone's on board with and everyone's motivated to achieve. Each person in the relationship having their role to play, and duties and responsibilities and work assigned to them as per their role. That's the second one. The third one is appreciation and recognition, whether it's family, whether it's friendship, whether it's romantic relationship, whether it's a partnership, whether it's a business, whether it's work, whatever it may happen to be. Each person within the relationship, each person who plays a role must be appreciated and demonstrably shown appreciation and recognition for their participation in the achievement of that goal. The moment any one of those variables is missing from the equation, whether it's a clear objective, a clear mission, whether it's ill-defined or poorly executed roles and responsibilities, or whether it's a lack of appreciation by all parties involved and demonstrable, tangible appreciation, not just platitudes, but actual appreciation, demonstration of appreciation and gratitude and recognition for each participant and the effort that they put forth on their end. Anytime that any one of those pillars is taken away, that is when things begin to break down. Now the good news is, in a situation like that, should things start to break down in one of those ways, doesn't mean that the relationship is necessarily over. it is possible to readdress, talk with people, sit down and say, hey, let's take another look at this goal and objective. What are we really doing here? Or let's take a look at this person's role or my responsibility or what they're doing, who's contributing or how it's happening. Maybe we need to rediscuss this. Maybe we need to discuss this again. Maybe we need to redefine some roles, but let's sit together and talk about it. The mission can be reassessed, right? Roles can be reassessed and reevaluated. Terms and conditions can be reassessed and reevaluated. All those things can be discussed, and the relationship, such as it is, can be restored and rejuvenated and continue, right? Everybody can continue toward the same goal, toward the same end. But if at any time someone in the relationship is not interested, just doesn't want to talk about it, doesn't want to reevaluate it, doesn't want to show the recognition, doesn't want to show the appreciation, wants to keep, changing the roles and changing the goals and changing the mission and changing this and changing that. They're not interested in having a discussion about it. They're not interested in doing their part. And once you have a member of the relationship who's not willing to sit down and have this discussion and reevaluate, reassess, and readdress, that's when it becomes an unhealthy relationship. Ultimately, what ends up happening is it becomes lopsided. It becomes a lopsided relationship in which one person, if it's a two-person relationship, one person is giving more, doing more, trying harder than the other. So there comes a point when you have to ask yourself, have I done everything that I can do? Have I put in all the effort I can? Have I tried every course, every recourse, every means by which to discuss the situation as it is, an unhealthy one, an untenable one that's just not going to be fruitful going forward? Do I feel like I'm being taken advantage of? Have I expressed those concerns? Has it fallen on deaf ears, or have they listened? Has the other party listened and talked? Have they maybe told me some things that I needed to know that maybe I'm not doing and I'm not aware of? Have we had that conversation? Or is it just falling on deaf ears? You have to then start asking yourself, is this a healthy relationship? Is this a relationship that I want to continue? And sometimes the answer is no. And if that's the case, then it's time to consider, changing directions. I don't just jump into relationships willy-nilly. I don't just jump into relationships haphazardly. When I decide to become part of a relationship, again, whether it's friends or family or romantic or business or whatever it might happen to be, or puppies, when I decide to become part of a relationship, I give it a lot of thought, but when I make the decision, when I commit to a relationship, I'm committed. When I say I'm in, I'm all in. I put both feet in, I jump full in. I'm on board all the way. And I expect that the people that I'm in the relationship with are doing the same thing. As I say, whether it's family or friends or business or puppies or kitties or whatever it is that you might love or whoever it is that you might work with, is there a clear vision and that we're all on board and motivated to achieve that vision, to achieve that goal? Are all the roles clearly defined? Do we all know what our work is and what our responsibilities are? And are all of us being rewarded, compensated, or appreciated for the work that we're doing? And you keep checking them, keep going to each one of those and checking them, that they're being met. When that happens, it's a healthy relationship. When it doesn't happen, then it's not a healthy relationship. And sometimes you just have to calm down and think to yourself, there's no point in barking about it. There's no point in getting upset about it, right? You say, that relationship didn't work out, and you move on. I think that if people come into a relationship with clear eyes and a clear understanding of all those things that I mentioned, and they keep working on those things, vision, responsibilities, appreciation, as discussed, the relationship can stay healthy, the goals can be met, the vision can be achieved, and everyone reaps the benefits together. And when I say that I've committed to this relationship, I have committed to the relationship. And as long as other parties have committed to it too, it'll stay healthy and we'll achieve a great deal of success and happiness together, right? We did very good. We got a little distracted sometimes, but I'm asking a lot. I'm asking you to sit here and be quiet for 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, I know there's another puppy coming. You want to bark at it. Okay. Good girl. So that's it. That's what Rachel and I have to say about relationships. I hope this makes sense. As I said before, when we jump into a relationship, Rachel and I, we're committed. We say we're going to do it, we're going to do it. And we expect the people that we walk into relationships with are doing the same thing, right? Right, Rachel Bear? So when I say the words, I'm committed to this relationship, then that means I'm committed. Are you?